Okay, this is a continuation of the 99 Audi A4 heater core removal. As you can see, I got the unit out and it needed to be taken out. As you can see here, the heater core, I had to take out, surprisingly there was only one screw, not two. And it's got two flaps on each side, and you just work it out. And you can see here how wet it is from the antifreeze. And at the bottom, you can see all the antifreeze built up that I'll have to clean out. So that was getting into my car. Getting this unit out was by far one of the hardest things I've done. I've completely taken apart this engine, and taking out the dash was by far harder to do, in my opinion. And I hope, like some of the other YouTubers that have taken heater cores out, that I can get this back together. So let's get back to how I got it out. I first had the, there is part one to this where I've done a lot of work before this, where I've inspected the pipes coming out. I bypassed the heater core to see if there's any other leaks in the system. And as you can see here, I had somebody take out the refrigeration before I even started on this job, and then I unhooked it from the heater core. So the refrigerant lines are connected to the heater core, to the blower assembly. It was pretty easy to get off of here, pull back the pipes. At first I thought that the filter, the cabin filter, had to come off because there was a couple bolts here and here that I thought might have been holding the blower assembly to the inside of the car. They were not, but I'm going to clean this area anyway, so I'm glad I did it. But let's come over to the inside of the car and get a load of this. And this is pretty interesting. So here we are in the inside of this car, this 99 Audi, with basically everything tore out of it just to get at the blower assembly. The hardest part, in my opinion, that's not really documented in the Haynes or the Bentley, is how to get this center piece out of here. And it was tough, I gotta say. It was very hard. There was a couple times where I've sat down and said, I don't know how to get this out. And finally I found out that the left side bracket was connected to the blower assembly way far underneath it. So, I got that screw out. Another pain in the, was getting this contraption out of the car. It has two screw holes that hold it to the main frame, to this bracket here, and it was just a what to get out, because I had to get my hand in back of here and back of here, and it took me a good hour just to get that unfastened. So if you look, I didn't have to take out the cross member. I did not have to unbolt it. The other thing is that I did not have to disconnect any electrical cables at all. I was able to slide this harness around it as I took it out. So that's a good thing. I didn't have to do that. Another thing is that the blower assembly is attached to a bracket up here on the right side. And so I just took that whole bracket out instead of trying to get a little wrench inside there to get off. I just took the whole bracket off, as you can see on the blower assembly itself. Now, what else I did was I took out these things here, the dash supports. I took those off of here just so that I could get that assembly out easier. A lot easier to get it out that way. Notice that there are some connections on the inside. Here's your AC connections. Here's where your pipes come through. Here's where ductwork hits. Had to remove the ductwork from the center, of course. One thing I wonder about is if I really had to do the steering wheel down like that. Now granted, I had easier access to the left side of things, and you know, I don't know whether it was necessary to do that or not. I also did not have to remove the electrical connections on this side, which the Haynes manual, I believe, does say. So there was a lot of things that the Haynes said that didn't need to be done, and that the Bentley manual didn't say. It was very vague. It didn't show screw diagrams. It didn't say to remove this bolt or that bolt. It didn't really show a good assembly. But I got it out, and that's good. But now the job is to clean up the blower assembly, all the antifreeze inside, and I got the new heater core in, and it only cost me like 35 bucks for a brand new one from Amazon, and that's it. I think the hard part though is not done. I believe that this was exploratory, that this was just taking apart something, which is easy to do, relatively speaking, and the next part is to reassemble the blower and put it all back together, and hopefully all the electrical connections get connected and it all fits nice, and I don't have any leftover screws. But I'm pretty confident that the car will start and it will run. But you know, you can see the job I'm going to have just assembling this car back together, and I think it's going to take me a good 2 days or a day. I don't know. We'll see. So far, this is Thursday night. It took me this week. I think I started this job on Sunday, and I've been working on it a couple hours each night, and I finally got it out, and that's a good thing. So there will be a part 3. Part 3 is when I have it all back together, or mostly all put together, hopefully. So, see ya. Thanks.